My argument in talking to people is, isn't it really more evidence that the government is victimizing all of us? That they are creating systems that make it such that a person who wants to get a job takes a deep pay cut and benefit cut by going off welfare to do so until they have many, many more skills acquired or experience acquired. And aren't we being exploited in the same way by having our tax dollars go to generate this Democrat, I guess, vote machine, as it would be termed? We're all being taken advantage. The real enemy here is the federal government. And wouldn't it be lovely if we joined forces together and were able to explain to people from the conservative perspective that they're being exploited for the power of a few people in Washington who like to control people. They do it to us by taking our tax dollars. They do it to welfare recipients by mandating what they can and can't do, putting limitations on them, reducing their benefits if they attempt to get ahead. We're all being victimized here.
Well,
And I think when people hear that message, they start to think a little differently about it.
I love where you're going with it, because how idiotic of us to use a bumper sticker or something like that to draw attention away from how the left is exploiting them and draw attention to how we are mocking them. I mean, what, did the left like send this person money to put that on their truck? I mean, wait a minute, maybe they did. I don't really know, but how ridiculous of us to actually help the other side to that degree.
And some of the arguments I'm getting back are that, the write-off argument, the 47% argument. These are people who are never going to be with us. And I can understand that assumption, perhaps, but what you're also seeing right now, especially around the issue of immigration in certain inner-city communities, particularly there's video coming out from Rebel Pundit from Chicago, where Black communities, people are speaking up in opposition very loudly to what's going on. Now, whether that translates to a broader understanding of the issues of, government is picking winners and losers, I don't know, but it's a start. There's movement. There's effort by Freedom Works in the Chicago community to talk to people, and in Detroit, and to talk to people about the kinds of issues that affect them in communities that conservatives don't normally go to. It's a great shift, and I don't know that people understand exactly what, say, I'm saying when I argue. I'm not telling anybody you shouldn't be allowed to have that bumper on your car, that bumper sticker on your car. That is your choice. You absolutely can do that. I'm all about the choices that you make. I want you, though, not to do it without thinking about what you're doing. And if I'm scolding, it seemed to be scolding someone from that. I'm not. I'm just asking you to think through all the parts that could come from that. Because it's not just the people on welfare seeing that could get disturbed and negatively react to that. We're not just talking with that bumper sticker to the people who happen to be on welfare. The people who aren't, but who have compassionate hearts, can look at that and be offended by that as well. And they're also a constituency we can lose.
Well, if the person driving that car speaks for all Republicans, I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be associated with that guy because I don't feel that way. And what a lot of people, to go back to what you were saying about the fear and the anger, and we do see and know that the welfare system and the disability system are being used and abused and being taken advantage of, and we want that to stop, absolutely. No disagreement there whatsoever. But that's not going to be stopped by expressing hatred at the people who rightfully take the money that is offered. If somebody's offering me $20, I'm going to take the $20. Whether it's $20 from the government for a program that I don't technically qualify for, they're offering me the money. Why would I turn it down? And there are an awful lot of people that are on welfare and disability and all of these programs because they marginally qualify, and it's the rational economic decision for them at that point in their lives. And I cannot criticize that because they are making the best free market financial economic decision for their lives. And I don't hate them for that. I appreciate them for having that logic and making that decision. I want to change the system such that the system rewards them for actually being a net producer of goods and services in society. And in order to be able to make that change to the structure of our programs, we need to get more people voting for free market, liberty, Republican, conservative causes. And in order to make that happen, we have to take a step back and make ourselves a more popular group that people want to be part of. And these days, in 2014, the way you are popular group is if you are kind, loving, and compassionate, because that is a value that is held very strongly by society. And so if we want to be more popular, we have to be seen as being more compassionate and giving. The cool thing is, we actually, according to all of the statistics, we actually are more kind, compassionate, caring, and giving. We just aren't perceived that way because we have this stupid bumper sticker kind of mentality. So all I really want to do is align our messaging with what our hearts really are and with what our actions really are. For some reason, when you then tell people, guys, your messaging isn't in line with your actual feeling, they get really weird about it. I've had a lot of pushback on sharing that article by people disagreeing with me that driving around with that bumper sticker isn't the greatest thing ever.